Okay, the meeting of the Charter Revision Commission will now come to order. Okay, as we mentioned at our last meeting, we will only be approving minutes and discussing meeting dates today. Okay, on the agenda, number 2, approval of the minutes. Could I have a motion on the January 27th minutes?
Timmy had motion to approve.
Madam Chair, could I do a real quick roll call?
Okay.
Of the members present?
Yes.
Polides?
Yes.
Timian?
Yes.
Onenson? Gregerson?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and motion to approve?
Motion, Timmy.
Second. Gregerson.
Okay, any additions or corrections to the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, could I have a motion on the minutes for January 31st, 2012?
I move for approval. Knutson.
Second, Timmy.
Okay, any additions or corrections to the minutes? All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And a huge thank you to Tamara for the wonderful minutes for each of our meetings. Okay, next on the agenda, item 3, new business, discussion of future meeting dates.
Madam Chair, I would like to suggest that we think seriously about beginning to have meetings again, like maybe mid to late September, and I like the idea of about 3:30 just because we've kind of set that pattern for this group, and I don't care what day because some people have, busier schedules maybe than I do.
Any,
I think with it being that if we're going to be looking at mid-September, there's just too many things that come up between now and then to set a firm date. I would then think that if we could poll the people in mid-August as to what would work for a September date, would work well.
that sounds fine with me.
But I think if we were to say that we'd be looking at mid-September and that we will contact everyone in August about setting a meeting in September would work well.
And maybe set up a regular date or interim
Yes.
at that time, too. Okay, could I have a motion?
You don't need one.
Do I need one? Okay.
Madam Chair, I just suggest, I think before the commission had talked about maybe meeting every quarter or so, and just maybe contemplate that going forward. September is certainly a good time frame, and we can certainly contact each of you individually, get some good dates for September, and we'll put that notice out well in advance for the public. But have them looking at maybe that mid-September range, but maybe in the future just talk about having at least a quarterly meeting, which would be every 3 months.
Sure.
But with meeting in September, there will not be an election in the spring of 13, correct?
Correct,
So we're looking at the next election will be spring of 14.
correct.
So September of 12 is giving us plenty of time for the items there.
Yep.
And I would think that an item we may want to, we can look at that as to how we want to do our approach as well, giving us some time to reflect as to how this one went, that when we start in September as to how we would go about our approach in preparation for the election in 14, and maybe come up with it that we could look at something that we would be perhaps even be finished with our work in December of 13 and give us plenty of time.
Which would be nice, yes. Okay. That sounds fine. So in about mid-August, we'll be getting questions about what dates and times work for us.
Madam Chair, our office would be happy to put out another press release well in advance after we contact each of you individually, get at least a tentative date set. We can put out another press release,
Okay.
since by that time, this group would not have met for a while, and we'll make sure people know you're looking for input again, and we'll get the word out that way.
And, yeah, but that, again, that would occur sometime in mid-August after we've firmed up a date.
Correct.
Okay. It's just that this has a priority, but at the same time, there are a couple other things in life that have a little higher priority, and it makes it difficult scheduling around. I think, Dick, when you're in Pier, it makes it a little more difficult. And things like that, it's, we have the other things that we need to make sure are there as well. So, okay.
Ms. Knutson?
Madam Chair, I think it might be helpful to, even though the audience is small today, but for those who are watching on Channel 16, that I think it would be helpful for them if you would maybe just remind them on where they could find the suggestions that we are going to place on the ballot and so forth on the website, and just kind of remind the public that we continue to be interested in their input. All city councilors and everyone else in the community, if they have input on improving our charter.
Could you give that information, Dave, please?
Sure. There is an email address, charter revision comments at siouxfalls.org, and you can certainly find it on siouxfalls.org website, and then click onto the Charter Revision Commission page on the Sioux Falls website. Or you can submit a letter to the City Attorney's Office at 224 West 9th Street, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or email one of us if you're at the City Attorney's Office if you're having a question on how to contact the Charter Revision Commission. But certainly in this interim period, that's correct. We'd be still taking your comments, and with the months down the road, we can certainly take up those items again. So.
And the 3 items on the ballot with your explanation are on that site also, correct?
Correct, and they'll also be published in the newspaper, and the voters will be well aware of what's coming up on the ballot in April 10.
Okay. Any other? Mr. Gregerson?
Do we have to make any reports for the election on the ballot issues we have approved? Do we have to report to the council or anything?
You approved that report last time, Commissioner, and we will get a annual report drafted for your review that you can consider at your next meeting, whenever that may finally take place.
But did someone report to the commission based on what we've done to date?
They received the written report.
And they did not request a presentation at all.
I
Just
could
the written
not be
report
there,
was-
and I was the one who got the invitation, and so they received the written one, and that was acceptable.
We have to keep in mind that we've left the tough decisions till later, so it won't go as easy probably as the
I'm
last
sure.
round.
Yeah. Ms. Knutson?
Madam Chair, I'd just like to thank you for chairing our group this year. I know that, anytime you're chairing a group, it takes more time and effort, and you've done a very nice job, and thank you for being our leader on this commission.
Okay, any other comments or business?
Thank you, Dee, for saying that so nicely. So,
Ditto.
Could I have
a motion to adjourn, Timian.
I second that motion, Knutson.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
I ate at your new restaurant up in Pier.
What'd you think?
Very